Hey Allison, happy Lunar New Year, Valentine's Day, and pre-President's Day. I feel like wearing glasses today. This is Claire.
Hey.
And it's a 3-day weekend and I'm so excited, so let's get started with the most elaborate segue ever! So yesterday was our social staff development day with the RAs, and for that we went mini golfing, where I took this picture, the best picture of me that has ever been taken to date. In it, I look very much like I belong in the 90s, which reminded me of this video that I saw today of this 12-year-old complaining about how music sucks now and he wishes he was born in a different generation. This video I saw on Tumblr, which is where I follow two people, Vondell and Brad, who are working on a new card game called Story War. That's it, that's the segue. We're there now. Story War. You may have seen me post on Facebook about this because I'm actually really excited for this game. It's basically a card game that's a combination of Apples to Apples and Super Smash Bros. So from what I've been told so far, the way it works is two people or two teams will each play their own card. And what you have to do is convince that round's judge that your monster would win in that fight against the other monster in whatever battleground they're in. So let's say one team picks a werewolf and the other team picks a unicorn. At first you would think, oh yeah, the werewolf would totally kill the unicorn because like unicorns can't fight. But then the other team looks at the picture of the unicorn and its horn is clearly silver, which means that it would kill the werewolf easily, and then the unicorn wins. And the game is just that. It's all about making stories and convincing someone that this monster would win. And it gets so creative and fun that it requires almost no knowledge of any of the monsters prior to seeing their picture and reading a short description. Then you can just make up whatever you want. And the battles don't have to be won through direct combat either. For instance, a player claimed that the blob creature card was actually a homophobic giant alien in the form of a desert. And then the other team used the argument that if that were indeed true, the doctor would come and stop him, and then they won. Or the battle between the centaur with Excalibur and the leprechaun with the cornucopia that shoots out infinite amounts of gold and food. Half the villagers followed the leprechaun because of the unlimited source of food and money, and the other half of the villagers recognized the centaur's divine right to rule by Excalibur. Then the centaur and all of his followers were banished to the forest, where they had to live for generations surviving. While they were in the forest, the other villagers with the leprechaun realized that the gold was now worthless, because if there's an infinite amount of it, the gold standard doesn't mean anything. And having an infinite amount of food and not having to work for it made the leprechaun's villagers lazy and fat like the people in Wall-E. Then, years later, the centaur and his people stormed the village and took it back because the Wall-E people couldn't defend themselves. The game just looks so simple and fun, and I really want to play it, and the Kickstarter for it is going live today, or tomorrow, or the day after, but like one of the next 3 days. For sure, they've promised like 3 times now, but I think it's really gonna happen now. And when it does, I will include the link in the description of the video, and I'll post it on Facebook, and I will definitely be buying one of these decks of cards because it's so cool. That's all I really wanted to talk about because I'm excited about that. That's my new upcoming thing looking forward to. I will see you next week